Economy, keeping Vermont dollars in state, addressing climate change, so many positive impacts from the day-to-day work that these businesses that stand behind me bring to Vermont. My name is Gabrielle Stebbins. I'm Executive Director of Renewable Energy Vermont, which is the state trade association for over 300 businesses in renewables and also efficiencies. I also want to thank the many legislators as well as the many Vermonters that repeatedly vote and support clean energy and the growth of renewables in our state. It's a primary and our only real silver lining to the climate change crisis that we face. Behind me stand just a few of the many innovative entrepreneurs that are leading the way towards a clean energy future that ultimately creates jobs, creates tax revenue for the state, keeps Vermont dollars in state, lessens Vermonters' dependence on fossil fuels, and finally builds a secure energy future for our children and our grandchildren. REV's vision for a transformed energy future comprises three parts. For electricity, we need a strong renewable portfolio standard, and we need a very strong Vermont Standard Offer. The Vermont Standard Offer gets projects built by having a long-term contract for developers to actually get systems in the ground. Two, for transportation, we need to seize upon all the federal leveraged dollars we've gotten for smart grid. We also need to seize upon Sandia National Labs coming to Vermont to try and make smart grid happen. Smart grid combined with more renewable energy power is how we are going to transform towards an electrified transportation system. And third, regarding heating, clearly we need to stop heating the outdoors. And when we heat the indoors, we need to move away from fossil fuels and also work with the fossil fuel industries, fossil fuel distributors within the state, and move towards heating our buildings with our forest resources in a sustainable manner. Although REV is supportive of many energy bills on the table today, we highlight just a few. Assuring quick passage of technical corrections to Vermont's successful net metering program, expanding Vermont Standard Offer program through a robust renewable portfolio standard, supporting a memorandum of understanding between the state of Vermont and the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission to simplify FERC's permitting and licensing processes for small hydro facilities, and very critically, funding Vermont's Clean Energy Development Fund. Without further ado, I will let the entrepreneurs speak for themselves. I will introduce Andrew Savage on the management team with All Earth Renewables.
Thank you. Thanks very much. Again, Andrew Savage with All Earth Renewables. At All Earth Renewables, we design and manufacture the All Sun Tracker, where we employ 24, and we have a statewide network of solar installers. Over the last 2 years, we've had the accomplishment of installing nearly 1,000 solar trackers in the state, and also building the state's largest solar farm at 2.2 megawatts. When a system goes in of ours that we've manufactured at a home or a business, or at a farm or at a school, it triggers an entire chain of activity throughout Vermont. Electrical boards are assembled in Bristol and in Springfield. Metal work is done in St. Johnsbury and Linden. Conduit and components and cables are put together in Milton and in Rutland County. Contractors like we have here today, such as ECI, are dispatched. And there's lending from local banks, machining, concrete, and on throughout the state. As a result, people are working, clean energy is being created, dollars are staying local, and we're all part of a more self-sufficient Vermont economy. This is the very best of Vermont traditions. But let me be clear, other states want a piece of this pie too. They want those same jobs. And for every piece, they want every piece of this new energy economy. So Vermont can either choose to fight for its share or let it pass us by. And we're hoping that Vermont chooses to fight for its share. To keep this industry strong and to keep Vermonters at work, we need to see a strong standard offer, as Gabrielle mentioned, that attracts investment. We need to see funding, vital funding for the Clean Energy Development Fund, which has been so successful in leveraging private dollars. And last, we hope to see the quick Senate passage of a technical corrections bill for net metering, which was improved just last year. The policies made in this building are not only important for our future energy supply, but they're important for our clean energy economy and our jobs, and we can choose to develop those here. So I'd like to introduce James Jennings from Northern Power from Barrie.
Good morning. I'm James Jennings. I'm the Global Director of the Repowering business at Northern Power, headquartered just 2 exits down Route 89 in Barrie, right next to the Rock of Ages quarry. At Northern Power, we design, manufacture, sell, and service wind turbines for the global marketplace. In a recently published American Wind Energy Association report on the small wind industry, we are the global market leader in our segment. 6 of our 100 kilowatt turbines are installed in Vermont at Bolton Valley, Burke Mountain, Heritage Flight, Rock of Ages, and in partnership with Green Mountain Power, our newest is installed at the Northlands Job Corps in Vergennes. These turbines generate electricity for use on site. It's distributed generation in contrast to a more centralized generation. And distributed generation fits our landscape in Vermont and our population because Vermont has a distributed population. In fact, we're the most rural state in the country. Much like the local VOR movement, our customers have much more transparency of where and how their energy is created. They know their energy does not create a 100,000-year waste stream or cause global warming. And Vermont's citizens and its elected representatives have been great supporters of renewable energy and are working to realize an ambitious vision. Under consideration in this legislative session, improvements in net metering and group net metering can facilitate ownership of distributed generation. Ongoing funding to the Clean Energy Development Fund, a renewable portfolio standard, and a strong Vermont standard offer will accelerate the adoption of renewable energy and continue to facilitate the development of renewable energy and distributed energy solutions for individuals, small and medium-sized businesses, and municipalities. By supporting in-state renewable energy, Vermont gets jobs, economic development, and intellectual capital. Northern Power sells in Vermont, but we export to the world. Most of our business is out of the U.S. and outside of Vermont. And we employ more than 100 people, and we have over 350 Vermont suppliers that we do business with. They supply us with steel, financial services, electrical parts, engineering services, metal fabrication, machining, welding supplies, crane services, marketing, legal, lodging, meeting space. A wide range of Vermont businesses stand behind us every day. By supporting in-state renewable energy, you're investing in Vermont, its people, its economy, and its role as a world leader in sustainability. So thank you. I'd like to introduce George of Biomass. Sorry.
Hi, I'm George Robbins. I'm with Biomass in Rutland, Vermont. I lost my place. I'm sorry. Yeah, well, Biomass is a boiler manufacturer. We manufacture residential and commercial scale pellet boilers in Rutland. In June of 2011, we signed a long-term exclusive licensing agreement with Woodpecker Energy UK to produce and distribute their boilers in North America. We fully expect 40% of our product to be exported to Canada. We distribute to a dealer network across the country. Our products, although small in kind of this poor stepchild of the renewable energies, are very important to Vermont homes, Vermont businesses. Our products and those in biomass can save 40 to 70% of your heating costs. Our first commercial boiler, a 150 kilowatt boiler, was delivered to Preston, Minnesota, Galtair Energy Center, and we expect to commission that boiler within a week. The state of Vermont, especially the Vermont Commerce and Economic Development Department, the VTSB in Rutland, Vermont, Representative Peg Andrews in the governor's office was instrumental in keeping us here in Vermont. We had also spoken with New Hampshire, Vermont, and Maine about locating there. I'm a Rutland native. I appreciate local jobs. We expect to employ 15 to 20 workers in the coming year, and we have made moves now to hire only returning active veterans through the U.S. Labor Department. We're very happy to be here. We're happy to be part of Vermont's renewable energy future, and I look forward to being here. Thank you.
My name is Tom Hughes. I'm with Sunward Systems, LLC, a small solar hot water company based in Vergennes. I'm here today to urge the legislature to continue funding the Vermont Clean Energy Development Fund which is expected to run out of funds later this year. Every $1 invested in the CEDF results in $4 in private capital investment. Since 2006, the CEDF has leveraged grants, tax credits, and loans into $110 million in privately funded expenditures. This means jobs. The CEDF reduces the cost of a solar hot water system by 10 to 15%, and those savings help our industry grow. Using my company as an example, that growth has led to hiring new local installers and investing in the local workforce, sourcing components from Vermont businesses from Bennington to Caledonia counties, employing assembly workers, and making capital investments. It means direct and indirect jobs for Vermonters. The success of this program is threatened without sustainable funding for this effective economic development tool. Stable funding of the CEDF helps support a vibrant, cost-effective renewable energy industry in Vermont. It's leveraging dollars to give homeowners and business owners the investment in energy independence and creating good jobs, good local and manufacturing jobs. I urge the legislature to continue funding for this vital program, and it's now my pleasure to introduce Chad Farrell with Encore Redevelopment.
Thank you very much, and thanks to all the legislators here today who are doing all the important work that helps our industry thrive and survive. Again, my name is Chad Farrell. I am the founder and principal of Encore Redevelopment. We are a project development group in Burlington focused on a number of different renewable energy technologies. We're somewhat agnostic to technology. We love renewable energy, and we want to build a lot of it. We work across hydro, wind, solar, and other technologies. We're a small shop, but our work brings dollars to the state of Vermont and provides opportunities for jobs for a number of different professionals, from attorneys to accountants to engineers to contractors. We've built a business here in Vermont around the opportunities associated with the ongoing energy transition and Vermont's early leadership in this burgeoning marketplace. A robust continuation of the standard offer program is vital for our state to keep pace with our neighbors in the development of additional sources of clean, distributed, renewable energy generation to support our economy and in order to provide jobs, tax revenue, and energy security for our state. Thank you very much, and it is now my honor to introduce Stu King from Engineers Construction, with whom we collaborated along with Green Mountain Power and Northern Power Systems on the Vergennes project that James was just introducing earlier. Thank you.
Morning, my name is Stuart King, Engineers Construction. I'm their representative. I'm a native Vermonter. Engineers Construction is a Vermont company, 45 years of age. Been around here for 45 years in the Chittenden County area. We service the whole state of Vermont and perform site work activities for the renewable energy field. We've installed many solar installations with All Earth Renewables, with Grow Solar, which is another solar group in the state, both large fields and small residential units. And I'd like to say that this portion of our business, along with the wind energy business with Northern Power, we've done the site work for those, a couple of their installations as well. We're currently working on the Lowell Wind project with Reed & Reed up there as a subcontractor. So it's becoming a major positive portion of our business, and it represents a greater and greater portion of our business on an annual basis. Thank you.
15 years ago, I was actually the first lobbyist for Renewable Energy Vermont, and I think they had 10 members. And now they've grown to hundreds of members representing